Everyone keeps saying the same thing. Spain is going to win the 2026 World Cup. The football world is obsessed with Spain right now. Young superstars, beautiful possession football, a dominant European Championship win, and a squad that looks unstoppable on paper. But what if I told you the biggest reason Spain might not win the World Cup is the exact reason everyone thinks they will? Let's talk about it. Look, there's no denying it. Spain has one of the most exciting teams on the planet. Players like Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, Nico Williams, and a new generation full of confidence. Every match feels like a football masterclass. They control possession, they create chances, they make opponents chase shadows. For many fans, Spain already looks like the future of football, and that's exactly why they're being labeled as favorites for 2026. But World Cups don't work like FIFA video games. The best team doesn't always lift the trophy, and history proves it. Think about the teams everyone expected to dominate. Brazil in 2006, Spain in 2014, Germany in 2018, France in 2022. All incredibly talented, all tournament favorites, and yet none of them finished the job. Why? Because once a team becomes the favorite, every opponent prepares specifically for them. Every weakness gets studied, every mistake gets punished. The higher the expectations, the harder the pressure becomes, and Spain is heading into 2026 with enormous expectations. There's something strange about World Cups. The moment the football world agrees on a favorite, that team suddenly becomes a target. Every coach studies them, every analyst searches for weaknesses, every underdog dreams of being the team that knocks them out. Just look at recent tournaments, the favorites often carry a burden that nobody talks about. When Spain beats a smaller nation, people say, of course they did. But if they draw, the headlines explode. If they lose, the criticism becomes relentless. That's the reality of being the favorite. And heading into 2026, Spain might be carrying more expectations than almost any other nation. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Spain's style is beautiful, but beauty doesn't always win World Cups. Knockout football is different. Sometimes you dominate possession for 70% of the match, create 20 chances, and still lose 1-0 from a single counterattack. We've seen it happen before. World Cups are often won by teams that can suffer, teams that can defend deep, teams that can survive ugly matches. And the question nobody wants to ask is, can Spain win when they aren't playing well? Because sooner or later in a World Cup, every champion faces a bad day. One of Spain's greatest strengths is their identity. They know exactly how they want to play. But sometimes, a clear identity can become a weakness. What happens if an opponent successfully shuts down their passing lanes? What happens if Spain concedes an early goal? What happens if they face a team that refuses to give them space? World Cups are full of tactical surprises. Teams spend years preparing for these moments, and champions are often the teams that can find solutions when their original plan stops working. The biggest question isn't whether Spain has a plan A. The question is whether they have a championship-level plan B. Another thing people forget, most of Spain's biggest stars are still incredibly young. Talent isn't the issue. Experience is. Playing in a World Cup quarterfinal is different from anything else. One mistake, one missed chance, one bad decision, and you're going home. The pressure is unbelievable. Fans assume young stars will keep improving forever, but football doesn't always follow that script. Sometimes development slows, sometimes injuries happen, sometimes expectations become too heavy. That's why predicting success years in advance is dangerous. And let's be honest, Spain won't be alone. Argentina will still be dangerous. France will still have world-class talent. Brazil will be desperate to reclaim glory. England will arrive with another stacked squad. Portugal, Germany, and others will all believe they can win. The World Cup isn't a league season. You don't need to be the best team for months. You only need a few incredible weeks. One bad match can destroy an entire campaign. That's what makes the tournament so brutal. Most fans focus on tactics. Some focus on talent. But World Cups are often decided by something far less visible. Mental strength. Think about penalty shootouts. Think about extra time. Think about the final minutes of a one-goal game. Those moments have nothing to do with possession statistics. They have everything to do with composure. The teams that lift the trophy are usually the teams that remain calm when everything is falling apart. Spain has incredible talent, but until they prove they can handle the biggest pressure moments against the world's strongest teams, questions will remain. So when people say Spain will win the 2026 World Cup, they're acting like football is predictable. It isn't. Spain absolutely has the talent. They absolutely can win it all. But calling them guaranteed champions, that's where everyone is wrong. Because World Cups don't reward hype. They reward survival. They reward adaptability. And sometimes, they reward the team nobody saw coming. So here's the question. Will Spain prove everyone right? Or will they become the next favorite that football leaves heartbroken? Only the World Cup can give us that answer. And that's exactly why we can't stop watching.